Hello, so I thought I'd do a really quick video because I'm thinking about turning off my comments on my videos. Unfortunately, because my videos are getting more views, they must be easier to find when people search for search terms. And so that means that they are getting more spam comments from people. I'm having to engage with people who are very difficult to engage with and only see things from their own points of view, and it doesn't matter what you say, they still continue to spam. And I've had to report them as spam and hide them from my channel because I'm just like, these people are just not the types of people that I want to be watching my channel. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should turn off the comments because I can't be bothered with them. Like, if I give you some examples of the kinds of comments, I mean, they're not nasty, like, don't get me wrong, like, they're not being overtly nasty, but they are very oppressive in the way that they're veiled. So, and very kind of attacking in the way that they're veiled as well. Very kind of subtle in how they are, aggressive, really. I mean, I don't think these people are aware of it. I mean, I hope not, because if they are aware, they're arseholes. But as always, like, I mean, I've mentioned this on my other video about online etiquette. I looked into these two people from today, and both of them have no content, no subscribers. They have playlists that have questionable videos on them, one of them had like anti-feminist videos, had anti-socialism, socialism is lies and liberalism is lies. And I was just like, wow, I get straight away what type of person you are from your comments and from your playlist. Unfortunately, you're not the type of person that I want to be watching my channel. If you are intolerant of other people and their opinions, like, my channel's not for you. So I had one comment from somebody who, I worry for this person, and I worry for lots of other people that comment like this, because the level of comprehension, so they take information in and their brain constructs something that just wasn't what it was in the video. Like what I said in the video was not what their brain has constructed. And I'm like, why is your brain doing that? Like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you not have the level of comprehension where you actually pick up on what was said and understand it? Like, it wasn't complicated what was said. Like, I don't figure like how you could possibly have misunderstood that or mistook that. Like, interestingly, as I've said in other videos, these people are commenting on videos that they haven't even watched. They've watched like literally like 30 seconds, a minute of it, and then they've spam commented. So they've obviously, it's not the review that they've got an issue with or anything that I'm particularly saying. Or the book that I'm even reviewing. They're not even interested in the book that I'm reviewing. They're just interested in spouting their own opinion. And I think that this is why I've been considering turning the comments off, because it's giving them a platform to espouse their opinion to people. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, go on your own content and espouse your opinion, and you'll find that nobody cares and nobody is interested. Like, why are you using my channel as a platform for that? It's rude. So one of the comments was, I'd made a comment on Jordan Peterson's Maps of Meaning book review, about when Jordan Peterson did his 12 Rules for Life book, that he wrote it for the masses. So he kind of sold out and wrote it for the masses. Now, that's a valid comment because he is a psychologist, and if you read Maps of Meaning, which obviously this person who commented did not read it because their level of comprehension is so low that even if they'd have attempted to read it, they wouldn't have understood it anyway. But I very much doubt that they did. The level of English grammar on the comment was atrocious. Like, a book like Maps of Meaning is not accessible to them, quite clear from their comment. It's a very dense intellectual book that's very long, impenetrable to somebody such as that. But I'd said this comment, and given that the level of intellect needed to understand 12 rules for life is law, you know, pretty much anyone would understand it. It has been written for the masses. You know, it's not a intellectually stimulating book. Like, the things that are in it are very simple, they're very basic. You know, when everybody's interested in psychology, aren't they? But when they actually read psychology, it's a lot more complex than what you have access to in pop psychology. Like, so this person had made a comment. They'd said something like, what did they say? They said, why do you believe that, I mean, I'm paraphrasing it because I can't quite remember, you know, I just read it and was like, oh, spam. Said something like, why do you believe that the information, or that was it. Something about information that's available to the masses has more import. They were trying to sound fancy. You didn't sound fancy. Have more import than the knowledge being in the hands of the esoteric few. And I was just like, oh my God, like, seriously, like, you watched that comment and that's what you thought? Like, you thought that my opinion was that? Like, I never said that. Like, that was not my opinion. That's not what I said. So wouldn't it have been more, like, intelligent to ask me if that was my opinion before you attacked me for it? It's just so strange. And this has happened to me before. So I used to be, I mean, I use the word loosely friends. I wasn't really friends with this person. They were on my Facebook. And they used to do this. So they used to read something that I'd written and then start attacking me for it. But it wasn't actually my opinion. The thing that they were attacking me for wasn't actually my opinion. They didn't ask me my opinion. They just assumed something and then started attacking me for it. And I was just like, what? Like, what? Like, your brain can't comprehend what I've actually intended? Clearly not. But, like, I always think, like, if I've read something and I've kind of maybe interpreted it in a way, if I was going to speak to the person that had done it, I might ask them a few questions just to clarify that my understanding of it was correct. Like, that's what an intelligent person does. They don't just assume something and then, like, attack someone. I mean, they don't attack someone anyway, like, you know, like, people don't do that, but unless they're a moron like this person. So yeah, I found that really interesting. And then I was like, I replied and said, you've made a lot of assumptions about what I think there, to kind of hint to this person that you know, what they'd actually said was their own, you know, fantasy and fiction. Like, it was not from my brain, and it was definitely not from my review. Because, I mean, the book review was of a different book. It wasn't even of 12 Rules for Life. So, like, literally they'd watch the first 30 seconds of my review, completely, you know, not listen to the rest of it, made up some kind of fiction in their head, and then decided to comment. So, like, I was like, what a time waster. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you wasting your precious time putting comments on my channel that show that you are very unintelligent? Like, you just look like a moron. So they are hidden, you know, they're blocks. Bye. And then there was another one. So I got a notification for that other comment, but for this other one that I'm about to talk about, I didn't get a notification for it. It was from a few days ago. So I didn't even see it until, like, this other one popped up. So I saw this one and I was like, I could tell from the tone of it, I was like, this person's a knob. But I could be wrong. Let's just see what they're like. They'd basically put, like, a link to a YouTube video and put something about this author of this book. So it was Utopia for Realists, and it was, I can't remember his name. He's a Dutch guy. And this YouTube video was damning, to say the least. Like, he didn't come across very well. He came across as being quite, I think he's on Andrew Marr's, I don't know what show it is. Is it the one? No, I don't think it's that. I can't even remember. But he didn't come across very well on it. He came across as being, you know, not very articulate. But I mean, you've got to understand, like, when you're in a situation where you've got in fact, there was three. There was, like, the presenter Andrew Marr, and was it Andrew Marr or was it the other guy? It might not be Andrew Marr, it might be somebody else. The other one that's, like, real, you know, like, grills politicians, that guy. I don't think it was Matt, it's the other one, the other Andrew. So he was kind of attacking him, and there was, I think it's Michael Portillo, and then another guy was attacking him, and it was like, I imagine that this guy, because he's wrote a book on it, you know, probably done some research and wrote the book, I imagine he's the type of person who's quite introverted and quite, he needs his like facts in front of him. And I imagine that he's not very good at responding to kind of comments on the spot when he's in like a, situation where people are attacking him. So I can imagine that that had something to do with the fact that he couldn't articulate himself very well. But the other thing is like, this person who commented clearly hasn't read the book, like, or if they, I mean, this person was like saying that like socialism was lies and all this lot. And I'd said, oh, like, thanks for the video. He doesn't come across very well in that. But I don't think you can say that everything that he said is a lie, because there's lots of studies that have been done, like scientific studies that show that it does actually work. Some things do actually work. And then he goes into a big massive rant, which I didn't even read. It was literally like just garbage. This is lies, this is lies, this is lies. That was basically what it was kind of saying. I can't even remember it fully now. But I was just like, really? Like, can you not accept that maybe like your opinion is that you don't agree with socialism and you don't agree with liberalism, and you're probably, a Republican. He comes across as a Republican, but say that he's, a conservative, but he doesn't seem it. He seems like he's an American, like from the way that he's talking. Although I guess actually it was a British TV show, so maybe he is British, but he's definitely against socialism and liberalism because of his playlists, and he's also against women, so it shows why he's trolling on my comments. He's also against black people, because that was another video that was on his playlist. Great, lovely bloke. I'm so glad I don't know him. I realised that now I was being sarcastic, but then I actually said what I actually thought, so then that jarred, but you get what I mean. Not the kind of person that you want to be mates with. And so yeah, I was just kind of like, clearly your political opinion is different. Fine, you can have we were all different, like, our brains are actually wired different. They found, different kind of the reason why people have different political ideologies is because their brain functions differently. For example, people who are more open to experiences, so they have more openness, are more likely to vote for left politics, whereas people who are more kind of reserved and don't like to be adventurous and things like that are more likely to be conservative, which is why you find that younger people are generally leftist. Not always, but generally. They've done other studies and things in it that you can kind of like have a look at, but obviously we're all going to disagree, and that's fine. But why are you trying to take this author down on a book review video? Like, I'm reviewing the book, like I'm talking about the book. I'm not talking about the politics. I'm not talking about the author. Like, why are you putting this comment on a book? Like again, using my video as a platform to espouse your political ideology. Like, bugger off. Like, go and do it on your own freaking channel where you have no subscribers and no videos. Like, bloody hell. These people are weird. They're so weird. It's just like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you're spending your time on comments, arguing with strangers who you don't know. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I just think like these people are obviously like they just don't. I mean, they must know. There's no way that they can't know that they're an arsehole. Like, they must know they're an arsehole. They must do. Surely they must. Like, I mean, could you be that delusional? Like, could you actually think? I mean, it's like they're just going around going, you're wrong, I'm right, I know everything. Yeah, crazy. So back to the original point. I can't be arsed with these people. I can't. Like, I don't care about your opinion. I don't care. I really don't. Like, if you're a nice person and you want to interact with me, great. Like, if you want to kind of share some knowledge with me, great. But if you want to like just assume things that are wrong about me and what I've said, and you want to, spam my videos with comments that are not useful to anybody, like you providing no use to anyone, you're literally just being a knob. Like go away. Go away. No, I just hide them from my channel. I just spam them. But like I said, like if my comments get turned off, it's because I've had enough. Like I'm just like bored of looking at, because I just literally I look at them and I'm like, should I even bother reading it? Because I just know straight away what it's going to be like. I just know that it's just going to be a waste of my effort looking at it. Just like, and as well, it's affecting me in the sense of it's making me think that there's a lot of like dumb people around, which just isn't the case. Like obviously there's plenty of smart people about, but unfortunately they all the like not very smart people like to congregate on my comments. And on all everybody else's comments as well. I mean, you know, I guess if they were smart, they'd be reading a book, wouldn't they, instead of commenting on YouTube videos. So, oh, it's just funny, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? That it's funny that it's like my videos are providing these people with entertainment, like they're and being entertained by writing comments on strangers' content. It's just, I feel like it's sad in it. I feel sorry for them. I just think, wow, 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 your life must be so sad and so boring. Like, why are you watching YouTube videos and comment? Like, why are you doing it? Like, why are you? I just don't get it. I just don't. It's so weird. So weird. But here we are. You've inspired me to do another video about it. So cheers.